Hey everyone, and welcome to this Dota 2 guide on the best 5 safe lane carry heroes for relatively new players and beginners in Dota 2's patch 7.28. In this guide, I'll be going through these 5 heroes, the merits as to why I believe they're so effective in lane, and why they're so good for relatively new players, and I'll be giving you suggested item builds for the starting, mid, and late games. Let's get started. Now, the number one hero in the current lower MMR bracket meta, and actually through all MMRs more or less, is Wraith King, the Skeleton King here. Now, Wraith King is truly a phenomenal hero, but the primary reason why he's so effective at low MMRs for relatively new players is because of Mortal Strike. Mortal Strike allows a relatively new player to get easier last hits every 4 seconds, which more or less times your ability to kind of line up creeps at low health. Now, one of the hardest things for new players to do is to effectively get last hits, but Mortal Strike allows you to take advantage of that. Let's look at this in action. By the way, I should mention, if you're relatively new to the game, you can actually start with Mortal Strike 1 and then go to Wraithfire Blast as your level 2. Most players will start with Wraithfire Blast at level 1 because it's mana efficient, and not mana efficient, but like you can use your mana, you can get a kill at the bounties and stuff like that. But if you're brand new to the game and you're getting absolutely no last hits and you're getting denied like crazy, don't be ashamed to go Mortal Strike. Now we're gonna go Wraithfire Blast here, but as you can see here, every 4 seconds I can increase the range at which I can get a last hit, right? So that was a, so watch, I'll wait, and last hit, easy. Okay, we'll take another Mortal Strike here. We'll get a deny. Now notice when I go to deny, it actually does not activate the passive there. It doesn't activate the passive. It only activates the passive when I actually hit an opposing creep here. So what I'll do here, I'm in lane. This is, so again, I'm attack stopping here, waiting for him to get at the right health there. So 156 damage there I did. And like, an opponent cannot really compete with that there, right? So regularly I'm doing about 78, and now, you know, I'm able to get another, look at this. Look at the range at which I can last hit. It's truly remarkable, and that is what makes Wraith King so damn effective for relatively new players, because this Mortal Strike crit chance really amplifies the amount of damage he can do, and it really allows newer players to kind of ramp up faster, get more gold faster, and it makes their laning stage much more predictable. Now, with regards to items, there's a few things you can do. When you start, you should always start with these here if you're relatively new. What you're going to do is you're starting with Tangos because you need to heal. You're starting with a Quelling Blade, which increases the damage potential for last hits on creeps. You're also going to be starting with an Enchanted Mango. That is so that you can use your Wraithfire Blast, because the last thing, because it's really expensive mana wise. He's not an intelligence hero, so he does not have a lot of mana, and the last thing you want to do is be in a situation where you have a potential kill and you don't have enough mana to actually cast Wraithfire Blast. So what you do is you use your Mango, and then you cast your skill to get that kill if necessary, okay? Because that stun is extremely valuable, so you use the Mango to secure the kill with Wraithfire Blast if you're short on mana during the laning stage. Now, I should buy another Mango here so you can see it. But you're also going Gauntlets of Strength and Circlet. This will be enough for your 600 gold. You're going to be buying a Bracer right away with the Circlet and the Gauntlets. And then from there, what you're going to do is you're going to build into an Orb of Corrosion, which is an excellent new item, which allows you to do a lot of harass-based damage. Not only is it decreasing their armor, you're doing a little bit of magic damage, but it's the slow that's so valuable because it'll allow Wraith King to trade very effectively in lane. From there, you'll be going Power Treads. In the Power Treads, what you'll be doing is you'll be, I don't want to lock this combining there. Oh, do I gotta actually eat it there? Fine. So with Power Treads, right, what you're doing is you're actually using them in strength. If you're short on mana, you can actually switch them to intelligence, and if you want to farm faster, you can switch them to agility. Generally, if you're relatively new and you're not comfortable with tread switching, you can keep it on strength, which is the primary role of Wraith King. So you're getting the most benefit. You're getting not only are you getting additional health, but you're getting additional damage as well. Now, the key thing about Wraith King is rushing to Radiance. What you're going to want to do is you're probably in the mid game, you'll look something like this because you're trying to complete Radiance. With Radiance, what you can do is it creates a mischance, which increases your ability to tank. It also does a passive 60 burn damage while also giving you 60 auto attack damage as well. The reason why this is so significant is because Wraith King is a relatively tanky hero. He tends, with his ultimate ability Reincarnation, which again is very beginner friendly, he tends to stick around in fights. So that is what I definitely suggest for you. Now, as you move on to the game, you can actually in the mid game still you can build an armlet. The armlet's going to allow you to basically on activation greatly increase your damage damage, attack speed, armor, and HP regeneration. Sorry. It increases your attack damage, strength, and armor, not your regeneration. It's actually the opposite. You lose 50 health per second until you turn it off. See, we're losing 50 health per second. We turn it off. We get our health back, okay? Look at that. Nice. But at the end of the day, right, Armlet is a very good farming item, very good for burst DPS. And then from that, as you move into the late game, right, you're probably going to get rid of your Bracer, you're going to get rid of your Quelling Blade, and you're going to be building towards BKB and Assault Cuirass. Now, if you're really, really rich, you end up probably buying something like Desolator, okay? But realistically, you need to build a BKB. It really adds in survivability. Assault Cuirass is great for this hero because when you build that with Radiance and the amount of armor that Assault Cuirass gives, he's basically very difficult to bring down. So anyways, that is Wraith King. He is currently the highest MMR hero in lower brackets. Now, we're on to hero number 2. And the second hero with a great win percentage at lower MMRs and is relatively beginner friendly is Chaos Knight. Now, Chaos Knight's a great hero for a number of reasons. One, he kind of gets you started with illusion-based heroes. There's a number of heroes in Dota 2 that are illusion-based, which means that you kind of control multiple copies of them. But he is amongst the most beginner-friendly of those heroes. Like, you don't want to start with, if you're like a Naga Sea Witch, for instance, is an illusion hero, but perhaps a little challenging for relatively new players. Terrorblade, the same. Phantom Lancer, perhaps you could experiment with, but Phantom Lancer isn't so hot right now in the meta. Chaos Knight is. Chaos Knight's doing very well. He also has a fantastic stun and Chaos Bolt. It's actually kind of it's a great skill because it actually there's a minimum and a maximum stun and damage. Basically, it's pure RNG. When you cast this ability, the stun and damage duration and amount will vary each individual time. It's actually a pretty cool little neat effect. He's the Chaos Knight. He lives in Chaos. Now, one of the things that makes him such an excellent laner, he has great armor. He has a fantastic damage range. Now the Wraith King was 67 to 69, very static, very easy to predict. Chaos Knight's a little unpredictable. It goes from 56 to 86. But ultimately, he's still a really good laner, last hitter, and trader. So anyways, in Chaos Bolt, a fantastic stun. With regards to starting items, you're going to want to start with Tangos, a Fairy Fire, which again aids in last hitting and also gives him some burst healing. And you're going with the Gauntlet of Strength and Circlet with the Quelling Blade, which is a must use for melee heroes in order to secure last hits. Now, as you move into the mid game, what you're going to do is you're going to be switching over to your Bracer, you're an Orb of Corrosion, and you're getting a Boots of Speed as well. Now, you're probably going to end up using these like this. You still have your Quelling Blade, you got your Boots. Now, this is what you look like as you're starting to transition into like the early mid game. You're going to want to go Armlet as well. We have a second Armlet carrier, right? Wraith King was one, Chaos Knight's another. And again, you're using it for the same reasons, right? You can activate it, you lose a little bit of health, but you're gaining a ton of DPS potential and armor, which allows you to farm very efficiently, whether it's creeps or camps, okay? As you move into the late game, you are going to be building a BKB. BKB is absolutely mandatory for Chaos Knight, as it is for most carry heroes, because it basically gives you added survivability, an increased amount of damage and strength, but most importantly, it's the spell immunity that is so unbelievably valuable with the Black King bar. There's a reason why almost all carry heroes build ultimately a Black King bar, and that's because it's damn good, and this is no exception. Now, with regards to his shard, Chaos Knight's Agnum Shard is absolutely fantastic. Let me kind of show you it in effect here. So basically, what we're going to do here, I'm going to spawn an enemy. Okay, we got an enemy here. We got an axe here. Now, without the shard, when I actually Chaos Bolt him, right, he takes the stun, he takes the damage. Okay, fine. But when we have the actual shard, let's actually level up a little bit here. We'll level up a bit, which is fine. And we should have taken the passive. Well, we'll level a couple more times. Take the passive, and then let's level up the hero to max, just so we don't do too much damage to him, okay? Now, when we have the shard, it's a great shard, and it also improves his damage capabilities, because when he does a Chaos Bolt, he actually summons an illusion of himself to fight along it, which is pretty neat, right? Which is pretty neat. And then when you pair that with Phantasm here, and then you send, all of a sudden, remember what I said, you start to learn the fundamentals of controlling illusion-based heroes with someone like Chaos Knight, because now you're controlling illusions and you're doing work with them, right? And the nice thing about it as well is that when you use Reality Rift, what you're doing is you're actually transporting all the illusions to him as well. A lot of people don't realize that you actually bring the illusions with you as well to do additional damage. So he's a pretty neat hero. As I said, he gets you started with illusion-based kind of gameplay, which is a lot of fun. He has a great shard effect. He's very beginner friendly. He's tanky, does a lot of damage. He's just a damn good hero. And as you move into the late game, right, you get that shard, you get an Assault Cuirass, you're probably going to sell this off. Right, you're going to have to build power treads, of course. You're probably going to sell this off. You're going to get an Assault Cuirass, and you're going to get a Manta Style. Now, Manta Style is key here, because what Manta Style allows you to do is take a look at our hero here, right? Right, so let's actually level all the way to the max here. Why not? Let's just show you it in full effect. We have our ult. We have our Manta. Look at all these illusions we have. We have our Chaos Bolt. We have our Reality Rift. Look at this. Look how many illusions we have. And that's what I mean, right? That's what I mean about how this hero starts to introduce you to the idea of using illusions effectively, and that's why he's a great beginner hero, because not only is he has a very high win rate, but he's also introducing you to some new mechanics that can help you kind of excel your capabilities in Dota 2. And the next hero that I suggest for relatively new players in patch 7.28 is Riki. Riki has an absolutely fantastic win rate all across the levels of Dota 2, and there's a primary reason for that. And a lot of people really underestimate Riki. They see, oh, it's a squishy invisible hero, but he's not as squishy as you think in the early game. Yes, he does not have a tremendous amount of health, but what he does have is one of the highest natural regen rates of all heroes in Dota 2 at level 1. He gets 5 health per second, which is not too shabby, honestly. He also has 6 armor to start. 6 armor. He also has a pretty good attack range at 64 to 68. He has a good attack and animation. He has a good escape and blink strike. This guy's good, and the nice thing I really like about Riki as well is that as a new player, he's relatively straightforward. He's very survivable, so you know you can escape situations. Let's say, watch this. I'll show you. Let's say you're taking damage here and you're about to die and you need to get away. You can blink strike to your allied creeps or heroes to help you get away a little bit. He's an excellent last hitter, which is fantastic. You do want that very predictable, attack animation. But the major thing about Riki is that he forces opponents to play around you, and this is what I love about it. Again, I like focusing these videos on like a variety of different playstyles. Chaos Knight introduces you to illusions, okay? Wraith King is just damn strong and durable, but Riki allows you at level 6, okay? I'll do this here just to give you an idea of what's up. He goes invisible with Cloak and Dagger, and this is fantastic because basically what it does is it makes him invisible. And when you're invisible, the other team has to buy Sentry Wards. They have to carry Dust of Appearance. They have to play to the fact that there's a Riki who's invisible, who's running around and could be killing anyone at any time. Riki forces the other team to play around you, okay? And that is a tremendous thing. The other thing about him is that he is very good at killing heroes that tend to be, kind of in a lot of, newbie games. Like we have Drow. So we have, okay, I was gonna say Drow, but we have what's his name here? We got good old Sniper here, which is all he's basically guys like Drow, Sniper, Lina, Crystal Maiden. They die to Riki very easily because Riki just jumps on him, right? He's invisible, he jumps on them, he makes so they can't cast any spells. As long as they stand in his smoke, they can't cast spells. He is very challenging for these squishy heroes to deal with because of the amount of damage he does. And the major thing with Sniper is he wants to do damage at range. And if you're a new player, God knows you've seen Sniper a million times. He closes that range. He's invisible and he closes the range down, and he causes problems for people like Sniper, right? So he is a very good hero for relatively new players because he counters almost all the heroes that new players tend to pick, right? New players tend to pick Drows and Snipers and Linas and Crystal Maidens, and this guy eats them apart. With regards to items for our friend Riki, you're going to want to go with a Tango and a Fairy Fire. The Fairy Fire is very valuable for that sustained and kind of burst healing there. You want to go Slippers and Circlets, you can go into your Wraith Band, and of course the Quelling Blade, which is absolutely mandatory. You're going to want to build early game a Wraith Band here, of course. And one thing I will mention is I actually have you going to an Orb of Corrosion. Now you can do that. The Fluffy Hat does provide you with the added sustain. But if you wish, another option is to actually go a second Wraith Band. Now, the Wraith Band provides additional armor. The two of them is going to be an additional 3 armor, which is pretty significant, not to mention the additional agility that Riki gets as well. Riki, although being an agility hero, actually doesn't gain much agility per level, so getting agility from items is very important. So 2 Wraith Bands is nothing to scoff at. If you need it, you need it. The Orb of Corrosion is awesome, and I'll show you why. You go Orb of Corrosion, mainly not, well, yes, the negative armor helps, but it's the slow, the 13% slow. Because when you blink on someone, that slow prevents them from escaping your smoke screen. So let's take this Sniper, for example. We blink on him, we smoke screen, he's trying to run away. but he's also affected. Oh, did I not attack him? What was that? What was... Okay, let's do that again. I don't know what... The game glitched here because I'm controlling both heroes here. But right, we jump on him, we get the attack, we get the smoke screen. Now, because of the Orb of Corrosion, it's harder and slower for him to leave this this smoke screen. So if he's like a Crystal Maiden or Alina, they can't do anything. They can't cast nothing. If he's a Queen of Pain, she can't blink because she's stuck in the smoke screen and she's being slowed by Orb of Corrosion. So that's very important to understand as well. Now, generally speaking, you do want to go power treads on him. You want to do agility power treads for him. Now, as you move into the late game, generally, you're going to want to finish the laning stage and the earlier parts of the game with a Diffusal Blade. Diffusal Blade is used very similar. I'm going to have to... Where's this sniper? Where'd I send him? I send him over here somewhere. Where are you? Got over here, bud. All right, there's Sniper. Let's get his health back here. Now, Sniper... So the Diffusal Blade does a similar thing of Orb of Corrosion. So what you can do is you can cast it, blink on someone, and it's really hard for them to get out of the... it's really hard for them to escape Riki. Because I'm trying to control everyone here, I kind of messed that up a bit. But what I'm going to show you, what you actually should do, is you Diffusal, blink, smoke, and then the guy cannot escape the smoke. He can't escape Riki, and he takes a ton of damage before he can even respond. And that's what Diffusal Blade is good at. And of course, having that with Orb of Corrosion, it sets up a situation where literally the enemy hero can barely move. Look how slow he's moving. He can't get out of the smoke screen when it's cast, right? He can't get away from Riki. So it's a big benefit to have these items because it keeps them in the kill radius of smokescreen. Okay, as you move into the late game, you're going to get rid of your Wraith bands probably. You're getting rid of this here, right? You're probably going to keep this for a while. You're going to want to build a Basher because Basher is going to allow you to get a stun. And once again, it's basically just going to lock them down in the smoke screen. You smoke screen, you stun them. They're sitting there in the smoke screen. They can't run away. It keeps them in your kill zone, right? And of course, Mage Slayer is pretty awesome as well. Once they leave your kill zone, right, they're going to be doing reduced magic damage. Also, it gives you additional agility and damage and magic resistance, which is fantastic as well. Now, that is an optional item. Core to Riki is Manta Style. The reason why Manta Style is core on Riki is because it actually dispels. So if someone uses like a Dust of Appearance on him, where's the Dust of Appearance? There it is. If they use a Dust of Appearance on him and he's revealed, if he does Manta, right, it actually makes him invisible again because it actually dispels the reveal on him, and basically the two illusions allow you to escape. So that's why Manta Style is so important on someone like Riki. Let's talk about hero number 4. And the fourth hero that's relatively beginner friendly and is an excellent hero in lower MMR matches is Juggernaut. Juggernaut has always been relatively beginner friendly. He has a built-in BKB, which is in Blade Fury, allows him to dispel spells and also make him magic immune. He has a Blade Dance, which allows him to have a critical strike chance, which is great. And there's nothing scarier in the game than a Juggernaut that's extremely farmed up. But I want to show you a couple things. I want to show you a couple quick things that new players tend to forget about Juggernaut. Now let's say you're getting harassed like crazy here. Okay, there's a couple things you need to know about Blade Fury. First of all, when you cast Blade Fury here, you're immune to spells. She can't hurt you. She did no damage to you, no damage whatsoever. It also has a dispel. So let's say she locks you down with Frostbite, you can Blade Fury and just break it right away. Now I'll do it slower here to give you a kind of a better view of it. But right, she locks you in place, you Blade Fury, and you're able to run away. You're not locked in place anymore. Fantastic. The other thing that you can do is you can do stuff like this. You can, if like say you're getting attacked and you're scared for your life. Oh no, I'm gonna die. Blade Fury into TP. They can't stun you. They can't lock you in place, and you TP to safety. Perfect. Juggernaut and his Blade Fury is incredibly versatile. Now, the other thing that makes Juggernaut so beginner friendly is he's a melee hero. He has a very good last hit range and allows him to get some good last hits. A very predictable kind of attack animation. His attack damage is less than that of like Wraith King and others, but he does have the critical strike chance, and then Blade Fury can also be used in lane as well. So if you want, you can technically do something like this and Blade Fury for last hits as well while harassing or while clearing camps, right? So he has the added benefit of being able to clear camps very fast. Now with regards to items, there's a few core things here we need to understand. First of all, we're going to start with the regen. We're starting with a Mango, which is kind of unique to some heroes, but it's similar to Wraith King. We want the Mango because sometimes we have a kill opportunity with Blade Fury, but we don't have enough mana. We're like, oh, if I could just Blade Fury him, I'd kill him. Oh, I got the mana. Blade Fury, and the other hero's dead, right? That's why you carry the Mango. I'm going to get it here so we're not too confused here. Obviously, we go Circling Slipper so that we can build that into a Wraith Band and Quelling Blade, as you know. Now, Early game, what you're going to want to do, you're actually prioritizing Boots of Speed because you want to increase the movement speed of Blade Fury because it makes it harder for opponents to run away from you while you're doing this amount of damage, alright? So it's very important you prioritize your movement speed there, and that's why Mask of Madness as well is also very valuable. It gives you increased movement speed, but also increased attack speed, which allows you to farm better. Now, the core item for Juggernaut is actually the Battle Fury. Now, let's assume here, oh, I made a mistake here. Hey, Alex, where's your Wraith Band, fool? There's my Wraith Band, my bad. So there's your Wraith Band, you got your Wraith Band, you got your boots, you build your boots into phase boots. But the core thing here is that you want to make sure you get a Battle Fury. The reason why Battle Fury is so important is because Battle Fury allows you to basically farm significantly faster. Juggernaut is a farming hero. Him, Anti-Mage, and a few others are heroes that really require additional farm. And what Battle Fury allows him to do, it allows him to basically walk up to waves, walk up to creeps, and just clear them extremely fast, right? And that's kind of what you want. You want him to run to camps and clear them very fast with Blade Dance and Battle Fury. Okay, it allows him to just clear out waves, clear out camps very fast. Because watch, you use your Mask of Madness, you start last hitting. Look, you're clearing the whole wave. Everyone's dying. Everyone's dying all around. Right? And that's kind of the key. That's why you go Mask of Madness into Battle Fury, so that you can clear the waves very quickly. As you move into the late game, right, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to build... Oh, I almost forgot. His Agnum Shard is truly fantastic. So you're going to want to save at 20 minutes the 1400 gold. You get that Agnum Shard, and what it does is it increases the movement speed while you're in Blade Fury, and also allows you to hit a random enemy unit. So watch this. Okay? So... if you are Blade Furying, you're actually going to be like, watch. So where's the maiden? Get him over here, maiden. Get over here. We're friends. Don't attack each other. Come over here for a sec. There we go. There we go, maiden. So while you're ulting here, right? Not ulting. While you're Blade Furying, you're also doing kind of like attack damage at the same time. So it really helps to scale the Juggernaut up, because in the late game you're often discouraged from Blade Fury because you've built all these items that do additional damage, like you got Manta, you got a Butterfly if you're really farmed. But if you Blade Fury, you're not really taking advantage of those items, but now you are, right? So anyways, Manta also is a great item on Juggernaut as well. But the Shard's fantastic, and so is the Scepter. The Scepter ability basically gives him, so I need to actually level up here. I need to get on. Wait. I don't have vision of this maiden. Get over here, maiden. Where are you? Let's go. Let's go dance over here. We'll refresh you, maiden. Don't be scared. Don't be scared, maiden. I'll level you in a max, okay, so you don't die right away. So stop attacking her. So basically you get Swift Slash, which is like a short version of Omni Slash. So with the Agnum Scepter, you get like a little mini Omni Slash, which is great. Look how much damage he did. Fantastic, right? Well, he's pretty farmed up in terms of items. But what this allows you to do, it allows you to do something like this. And that's done. And now I also Omni Slash. So, like, you're literally just an absolute madman, right? So, that's one of the benefits to Juggernaut, and this is on a relatively low cooldown. It performs a mini Omni Slash, and you're also getting the actual Omni Slash as well. So, Agnums is often built core on many Juggernauts. But again, as you get more familiar with the game, you can make decisions based on what items you get. Now, let's talk about the last hero in this top 5 for relatively new players. Alright, and the last hero that we're going to talk about today is Monkey King. Now, Monkey King's win percentage has kind of flatlined in relatively low MMRs, but that is somewhat deceiving, because in high MMRs, he's one of the best heroes right now, and a lot of people are picking him. They're recognizing that Monkey King is truly fantastic, and there's a reason for this. Now, there's a couple things going on. First of all, the main reason why Monkey King is so damn effective is as you move into the mid-game, you are able to get his shard, his Agnum Shard. And let me show you what that shard does. What that shard basically does is it allows you to tree dance, which is basically his little tree dance. It allows you to move very quickly. Now, the key thing about this is you can actually chase down enemy heroes and move across the map very quickly, and also farm very rapidly as well. As you can see, I'm moving much faster than I could actually run. Now, that's important because higher MMR players utilize this tree dance and the Agnum's Shard ability to essentially farm very fast by moving through the jungle very rapidly by jumping from tree to tree, right? So it allows him incredible farming capabilities, and that is one of the reasons why he is one of the hardest carries in the game right now. He's doing a great job. Now, the other thing about him is that he itemizes very well as a safe lane carry. Let's talk about items for a second. So once again, you are going with your tangos, your Iron Branch, you got your circlets, which you build into your Wraith Band. You're going with your Power Treads. Of course, you're going with Power Treads. In this case, though, he's an agility-based hero. Switch that to agility, and it's notable. Remember how I said Riki gained very little agility, right? He's gaining 3.7 agility per level, which is very high comparatively, okay? Very high comparatively. You're gonna get rid of the mangoes for now. So anyways, not the mangoes, the tangos. So this is what you start with, then you move into Orb Corrosion, right? And then ultimately, mid-game, you are building an Agnum Scepter. The reason why you're building the Agnum Scepter is because he actually spawns these little warriors all around, and it's actually damn good. He spawns little warriors around, right, on a given pace here, and it really allows him to do a lot of extra damage. And if he's near towers, they'll attack towers as well. You can't really control it. It kind of pops every like 3 seconds or so. But look, kind of doing damage to, it's not actually animating the attack. That one's not even animating. Was I not close enough? You got to be in the vicinity. There he goes. This one's just glitched out. But anyways, it gives him a lot of pushing potential because the Agnum Scepter allows him to farm fast, allows him to push fast, clear waves fast. It's actually pretty awesome, right? So Monkey King, both his Agnum Scepter and Agnum Shard is amongst his core building item builds right now because they're just damn good. As you move into the later game, of course, Mike most carries. He does like having a BKB present. It's an excellent item that, of course, is very favorable for him. He tends to build a Desolator for the extra damage, which is truly fantastic for his auto attack and also for his mastery, right? So basically, as he does additional damage and bonus lifesteal, you're taking advantage of the added damage. And later in the game, right, if you get farmed up enough, Scatty is another item you see a lot of people use. It basically allows him to continue to get stacks of his mastery while keeping them locked in place. Once you get a Eye of Scatty, you probably end up getting rid of your Orb of Corrosion. But anyways, he is a tremendous hero right now in the current meta. He's doing a lot of work, and while he has a little more complexity than the average hero, he is a lot more straightforward than people give him credit for, and he is a damn good hero in the current meta. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you guys have any questions, let me know. I'll be happy to help you. Thank you guys, and we'll see you in the next video.